guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I thought today I would film a very standard work from home routine video, but I wanted to talk about the 5 things that I have kind of incorporated into my everyday routine to really help me stay focused, stay productive, break up the day a little bit, because I find when I head into the office, which is a couple of times a week, the day it goes really quickly because I'm constantly breaking it up. So I've been trying to do that at home as well. And I wanted to share these habits with you because they're so easy, they're not unrealistic, they don't take up a lot of time, but they really have improved, I guess, my mental health, because working from home can be not mundane, I can't find the right word for it, but the days can kind of all morph into one. So I find this has just really helped me. So obviously starting off the day by getting up, having a shower and hopping straight into active wear. If I was to stay in my pajamas, I find I'm just not very productive, and just sprucing myself up a little, because I found that what would stop me from taking Remy for a walk or popping to the shops on my lunch break to pick up maybe some milk and bread and maybe a little bit of lunch is if I'm not ready. So that's the first thing I like to do. I still have half an hour before I have to start work, so I thought I could make a coffee and take Remy for a walk, because I find it hard to stay focused at the best of times. So the last thing I need is a dog looking at me with puppy eyes, constantly wanting to play. So I thought, we'll make a coffee, walk down to the beach, she can have a play with the other dogs, walk back, and then I can get straight into my work day. So before I even turn on the computer to start my workday, I do like to spend 5 to 10 minutes just clearing my space, making it tidy and making it feel really relaxed. So because I film in here, I also prepare all of my Etsy orders in here, this office can become quite messy. So spending that time just setting up my space just stops me from becoming really distracted, because I am one of those people, if there is mess around me, I constantly have this urge to clean it before I can move on to doing the next thing. So clearing my space is really important, as well as listening to music in the background. So Lo-Fi Girl on YouTube, I know I've mentioned that channel multiple times. You can also look it up on Spotify, as well as cafe jazz music. Those types of playlists I listen to all day and I don't get sick of it. So it just plays in the background. I don't know what it does, but it just helps my mind to stop racing and I focus on one thing. So listening to music really helps me, as well as having some essential oils. So I do have a diffuser, we use it in the lounge room and it makes our whole house smell amazing. I really should get one for this office, but in the meantime I have some of these essential oil roll-ons. You can get them from anywhere now, I'm pretty sure. I will leave a Willow Lane link below, but I have a couple of these. I just keep them in this little bowl beside me, and whenever I feel the urge to move or I feel a little bit distracted, I find if I apply some of this, I don't know what it does, but the scent is a little bit of a reset and it calms me down. So I think just really relaxing all of the senses, making sure you've got a clear space, making sure it smells really nice, making sure you're listening to nice music has just really helped me. And in addition to that, I have added some things to my workspace just to make it a little more comfortable and a little more functional. So my number one thing that I would purchase first would be a wireless keyboard and mouse. I feel like it's essential, not having everything get caught up in cords. Sometimes I'll work in the office and they'll have old school like keyboards and mouses and it just drives drives me crazy. So I have this wireless mouse. It's like one of those ergonomic ones from Logitech. Absolutely love this. And I left this at work in my locker for a couple of days, and I had to just go back to my Apple wireless mouse, and my wrist hurt so much. So this one is an absolute essential for me. I then have a wireless keyboard. I have a couple of different wireless keyboards. I have a Logitech one, which is amazing. This is just the Apple one that came with this computer. I then have a wrist pad. I love these. I've gone through so many different kinds over the years, but because I have a desk mat, I don't actually need like a mouse pad. So just having this is enough, and it just really helps to support the wrist. It's really comfortable. And now when I don't use it, I get like little bruises here on my wrist, so this just definitely makes it a little more comfortable. And because Ryan runs his own business, he's sometimes working from home as well, so he might be taking calls, or sometimes the neighbors might be mowing throughout the day. I find having some noise cancelling headphones on hand is amazing. So I recently purchased these are the Bose ones because they're way more affordable than the Apple ones, and I absolutely love these. If ever I'm feeling distracted from noise, I simply put these on, my laptop or computer connects straight away, and I'm able to continue listening to my music whilst I'm working. So spending about 5 minutes just setting up my space is a habit that is so easy, and it really does change the way that I work and helps me to stay more productive. Moving on to habit number 3, it's a pretty obvious one, but that is creating to-do lists and time blocking. Now, using these in combination is what has changed my work from home routine. So I actually found out about time blocking by watching other people's work from home videos and finding out their productivity tips. So I actually just use my phone timer. Some people do have actual kitchen timers that they keep on their desk, which seem really fun, but I realized I can actually just use my phone. And basically in the morning, I'll create my to-do list, and I used to just kind of work my way through it and see how much I could get done. However, I found I get task fatigue. So if I'm on one task for too long, which sometimes in my job that can be the case, I kind of get bored of that task, and I find the quality of my work isn't as good. So what I've been doing is setting like 15, half an hour or 1 hour timers, and I find if I go between different tasks and kind of circle back to them, the quality of the work is much better. So I'm sure you can find a way of applying time blocking to your current to-do list no matter what role you're in. And I've actually been using this method on weekends as well when I'm doing the house cleaning. Something that I often use it for is putting my clothes away. That is one job that I always struggle to do, but if I set a timer for 15 minutes and I have a basket of clothes there, I'm much more likely to put them all away. It's crazy how the brain works and how you can kind of trick it into playing all these different games. So absolutely love time blocking. I use it every single day now, and it's an absolute game changer for productivity. Now, breaking up the day with 20 to 30 minutes of movement is essential for me. Not just because I feel like I should be doing some exercise, but purely because I'm in pain otherwise. Sitting in a stationary position, I get sore shoulders, sore wrists, sore elbows. Honestly, I feel like I get sore everywhere, and I just need to move. So if I'm working in the office, I'll usually just take myself for a walk for about half an hour, and I find that does the trick. But when I'm working from home, I can jump on my exercise bike. So I received this a couple of weeks ago. This video isn't sponsored by Yesoul, but I have been gifted this bike. And it is amazing, especially if you're someone that works from home. Ryan and I use this every single day, and it has just made things a little bit easier. So the gym that we go to, generally if we go in the afternoon or early morning, it's super busy, which is why I canceled my gym membership about 6 months ago. So this is called the Yesoul G1M Plus Bike, and what I love about it most is the fact that it has a screen. So this screen is compatible with Netflix, YouTube, and also Peloton. So if you've heard of a Peloton bike, this is just like a more affordable version of that. And I've always wanted one of them. So the fact that I can ride a bike, do exercise whilst catching up on YouTube is just a game changer for me, because even when I went to the gym, I would always watch YouTube or Netflix on my phone whilst I was on the treadmill or on the bike, and I would have to kind of balance it. So absolutely love the screen feature. I also love that you can move this bike around. So at the moment I have it in our living area, because sometimes I do like to just turn the screen, and I have my yoga mat laid out here so I can do some yoga classes as well, or Pilates. However, over the weekend, Ryan did wheel this bike out to our back deck. So that way he was outside, he was watching Remy play around in the garden whilst he was doing some exercise. So this thing is honestly amazing, and it's just the convenience for me, because I am one of those people that if I have to travel somewhere, I'm less likely to go. And I know that sounds bad, but it's just the way that I am. And also I get bursts of energy at random times. Sometimes in the middle of the day, I want to do a bit of exercise. Sometimes I might have dinner at night, and at like 8 p.m. I feel like doing a little bit of exercise. So the fact that this is sitting here ready to go, and you're not just limited to a bike, because you do have the screen and you're able to do yoga, Pilates, stretching, all while using this one setup. So they do have an app which gives you access to so many different workouts. You've got bicycle, yoga, you've got strength, you've got stretch, you've got cardio, and then if you scroll down, you also have just ride or scenic ride. So the other day I went on a 30-minute ride through France. It was absolutely beautiful, and they have so many other ones, but those ones I believe you need to pay the subscription to have access to those. So I'm gonna jump on for about 15 minutes. Emma Hill has just released a new YouTube video of organizing her wardrobe. It's 12.5 minutes long, so I'm going to watch that. And then once I finish my 15-minute workout, I can have a bit of a stretch and then jump back on the computer. Now there are a couple of key features I wanted to highlight about the bike. So not only can you do some workouts via the app, but watching YouTube and Netflix is completely free. Another thing I really love is the fact that this screen can rotate 360 degrees, which makes it a complete setup for me. I'm able to turn the screen, do workouts with some weights, do some stretching, and then also utilize the bike. When it comes to sound, I was really surprised at how quiet this bike is. So you're able to do a workout inside the home without disturbing anyone. And it has exceptional sound quality with a 4-speaker system and 2 subwoofers. So I do have a discount code for you guys. If you use the code Shannon, you will be able to get $100 off, bringing the bike down to $399.
Continuing to find dignity in your spine, pressing down into your feet, right in that mountain pose.
Now it's almost the end of the day. I have about an hour left of work, and this habit is what I like to call kind of my wrap-up routine. So tidying up loose ends, so filing any documents, deleting any documents that I no longer need, sending off any final emails, and just kind of tidying up any loose ends from the day that I've had, as well as planning for the next day. Now I know some people don't like to do this, so it depends on the way that you work, but for me personally, if I rock up to work the next day, I can almost completely forget what I was doing the day before. So it is essential for me to create a to-do list for the next day. Now I have a couple of ways of doing this, and this is just what works for me. So I have a physical to-do list. Absolutely love these. I just picked this one from Kmart, and basically you can write out all the tasks you need to do, and then you've also got a spot there for any priorities. So I go through so many of these, and what I love about it is that I can just rip the page off if I am heading into the office, slip it into here, so that way I've got it with me. Now this is my A5 planner, so any meetings or date specific stuff that's come up throughout the day, I will put into my A5 planner. And then I also have my Notion planner. So that's more for any ongoing tasks. I will have a larger kind of to-do list in my Notion planner because it's all in the cloud. So no matter if I'm working from home or I'm in the office, I have access to that. So honestly, guys, depending on the task, I have a few different methods. And now that I'm explaining this, it all sounds a little bit chaotic, but it works for me. And I am someone that carries a lot to work. I take all of this stuff to work with me in my handbag because sometimes electronic planning and to-do lists, I will forget them. I need to physically write them down. So having both really just works for me. So there's a couple of different methods that you could try out, but I highly recommend, if you are someone that kind of gets to work and you're like, okay, where do I start? Create a to-do list the day before. So there you have it, guys. They are my top 5 realistic work from home habits that have completely changed my everyday routine for the better. I feel like this routine has not only helped me stay fit and healthy, have a clear mind, but I genuinely love my work from home days because of these routines, and I know that I can get everything done that I've set out for myself. So if you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you all in my next one. Bye, guys.